Today we are going to talk about a creature who is so old that I can barely type his age on my calculator, whose race was the biggest reason dinosaurs went extinct, a creature from the race of Hanmas, a race for whom God had to send a literal asteroid to destroy. And God still couldn't destroy them, but at least he freed the dinosaurs from the massacre of Hanmas. When the asteroid came, Hanmas became too angry and awakened their demon back, which helped them to survive the asteroid, whereas a teenager got frozen. Fast forward to 200 million years, we saw the Hanma blood getting mixed with us Homo sapiens, but this teenage Hanma was still frozen. But one day he was discovered, and they saw this teenage Hanma in the act of killing a T-Rex, and the doctor who found this young Hanma member named him Pickle. Yeah, after the vegetable. The team took Pickle to the laboratory where the doctor started experimenting on him and trying to resume him. 90 days later, Pickle finally opened his eyes all by himself as he smelled cooked T-Rex meat. Pickle follows the smell and sees a human for the first time. After seeing a human, Pickle becomes really angry and starts asserting dominance by shaking this human. One more reason to turn back to Monkey. Seeing Pickle angry, this human asks for military backup, and military backup arrives with their latest unreleased metal robot, which was designed to be perfect and blah blah blah. The same long description of a punching bag minutes before getting punched.
I think he's defending his era.
Then Captain Stridham comes to this place and starts undressing until he is completely naked. After becoming butt naked, Stridham sits in front of Pickle and smiles, which makes Pickle happy. I guess Yujiro taught his servant quite well on how to please a Hanma. Hanma Seduction 101. Pickle is then transferred to Japan, where he is stopped by a female reporter, and young Hanma gets the instinct of doing the PP training, and he acts upon his instincts just like every Hanma. Then he is transferred to a closed facility where he is given some modern things along with a dinosaur and a tree. These little things do not bother Pickle, and he starts doing his PP training inside the trunk. Meanwhile, a bunch of punching bags do their Power Ranger intro.
Jack! Did you guys really plan a party and forget to invite me to it?
And start to argue about who is going to fight Pickle. They end up deciding that they will wake him first. They wake up Pickle, who was doing his PP training, and Pickle as a teenager couldn't control it. Then Yujiro Hanma comes in from a gate. Yes, a gate. For some reason, Yujiro and gate don't even make sense, to the point that if I use Yujiro and gate or door in one sentence, then it should be grammatically incorrect. Anyway, he just gets in, disrespects Katsumi, and starts going ahead to meet Pickle. Kosho offers the key to the cell, but Yujiro just ignores the key and breaks the bulletproof glass with his face. This proves my point even further, that Yujiro and door in one sentence should be grammatically incorrect. This is probably how Yujiro got out of his mother's womb in 3 months. Then Yujiro lives with the others after doing a fist bump with his great Hanmeister. After this, scientists find out that Pickle isn't eating any food that doesn't fight him. Obviously, normal Baki animals were afraid, and all the known Hanma animals had already been killed by other Hanmas. So our 4000 years old Chinese healer makes an offer that he's gonna fight Pickle, and if Pickle wins, he will give his own body as food. Ritsu clearly didn't learn from his last Hanma encounter and Yujiro's warnings. The fight between Ritsu and Pickle starts, and Pickle literally beats the adult out of Ritsu, after which Ritsu just starts throwing mindless punches. Pickle gets bored and hits Ritsu, but obviously Pickle couldn't beat the 4,000-year-old Chinese martial arts out of Ritsu. The martial arts take over Ritsu's body and starts defending Ritsu before plot armor runs out. After plot armor vanishes into thin air, Ritsu gets thrown like Emi liked it by Yujiro and gets eaten, but not the way Emi liked it. Then our Ritsu-chan wakes up in a hospital bed thinking how is he alive. After seeing Ritsu in this condition, Katsumi makes it his mission to fight Pickle. Then Katsumi starts training, and with the power of imagination he achieves the Mach speed with an infinite number of joints that could break the sound barrier.
All my might.
And he does all of this within a day. Pretty realistic. Then he gets ready to fight Pickle, goes to the fighting arena, and the fight starts. Katsumi starts attacking Pickle with various techniques, but Pickle just takes it and smiles. Typical Baki stuff. Then Pickle gets into his Hanma stance, which makes Katsumi go like,
"Time to use everything I have."
And Katsumi uses the power of imagination to punch Pickle with Mach speed. He then keeps punching and kicking Pickle with his infinite number of joints while the narrator tells us how deadly these moves were, only for Pickle to stand back up and just smile. Typical Hanma stuff. Like, gosh, I think the Hanma armor is even bigger than the plot armor. Then Katsumi uses all of his strength and plot armor to punch Pickle, and this time Katsumi tears apart his forearms and is like,
"At least I've won. I will just go to Dr. Kuriha Shinogi and he will write Hey Sam on my cells."
And then all just start celebrating as the plot armor was on their side.
Finally, we won!
They thought, only for Katsumi to turn back and see Hanma armor protecting Pickle. Hanma armor so strong that after all this, Pickle was just sleeping. Pickle then gets ready to eat Katsumi and bites his arm, after which the unlimited blood supply gets turned off and Katsumi falls like a human. But Pickle respects the plot armor and leaves the field without eating Katsumi. Then Jack Hanma comes to fight Pickle. The fight starts, and as you can guess, they greet each other in one of the most Hanma ways possible. The Hanma greeting got on Jack's nerves a little too hard. Then Jack handles Pickle just like a big brother handles his small brother.
教えてくれよ。進化できたのかい？なあ、先輩！なあ、先輩、感じ取ってくれてるかい？何を思い、何を生きてきたのか！たった一つのための人生でいい。
But in the end, Pickle beats Jack and shows him who's the OG Hanma. And starts emoting like a teenager in Fortnite. I guess kids have never really changed all these times. Then Jack is hospitalized only to go back to Pickle again, get defeated again and be tied to a pole left to be eaten later. In the end, Baki goes to the underground arena to fight Pickle, but Pickle didn't want to fight, so Baki does this.
You are beautiful, little one. Did your skincare routine involve dinosaur tears, prehistoric princess?
And the fight starts. First, Baki punches Pickle and then Pickle carries Baki on his back and jumps from the top of the arena at a height of 100 feet. And Baki for some reason suffered a lot of internal damage just from 100 feet fall. He suffered so much that he could barely move. Pickle then shows him that it is okay, little Hanma. Look, these punches are not gonna hurt you more. So what does Baki do? Run away? Hit Pickle? No, he jumps from the top of the arena again. And he survives. There we go, the typical Baki stuff. And he assures Pickle that his great gramps don't need to worry. The fight resumes and Baki uses Whip Strike followed by a long explanation by Ritsu.
That one's a killer.
It's known as the Whip Strike, and it has the same effect on everyone from infants to Yujiro Hanma. It's called in Japanese, Artakudo.
And the only thing that kept coming to my mind was,
You are going to get to the point eventually, I hope.
then Baki uses the power of imagination followed by Ritsu's 4,000-year-long Chinese explanation. Baki then uses the powers of all dinosaurs and shows Pickle that he not only has the plot armor like others but also Hanma armor followed by, you guessed it right, Ritsu-chan's 4,000-word explanation. And this time he is recording it while wearing goggles. Like, Ritsu-chan, what has the plot made you? A 4,000-year-old Chinese martial arts god to baby Ritsu to now commentator. Baki then uses the art of kicking the nuts, which finally awakens Pickle's demon back. Or should I say demon ass. Then both of them start fighting at lightning speed where Baki beats the shit out of Pickle. But later Baki turns this fight into a Hanma to Hanma feast fight where at first it seemed like he could win, but in the end Pickle wins. Later Pickle runs away and joins the Yujiro vs Baki fight, where Baki shuts him down with a punch and shows him what Hanma plus plot armor can do. After receiving a punch and getting his fang broken, Pickle realizes he is just a punching bag and sits on the ground. Later Pickle meets Musashi Miyamoto and fights Jack Hanma again and keeps aging more. We have yet to see Pickle being a fully grown adult. If you liked my content, then you can also take a look at our growing communities on Instagram, Twitter and Discord to stay updated and engage further. You can find all the links in the description below. That's it for the video guys. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, you can like the video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell and take a look at our growing communities on other social media platforms.